Hello and welcome to a Lions TV Q&A Friday. It's actually Thursday, but I've got to get time to get out and blah, blah, blah. It's not important, but I've told you now. So there you go. I like doing these because it means that people actually value my opinion on the team, which is good. Either that or you just got nothing better to do on a Friday night. So I'm hoping it's not the latter, but more than likely it is. Right, straight into the questions. Would you rather win the FA Cup or be promoted back to the Championship? As fantastic as it would be to win the FA Cup, one in a million years, it can never happen, can it? Could it? Honestly, I'm not sure. But no, Championship's the absolute priority for us, Ted. Really, really need to get back in that Championship because the gulf between not only the Premiership and the Championship's getting bigger, but the gulf between the Championship and League One's getting bigger. And the longer we're out of it, the more I'm thinking, are we ever going to get back in it? So, although it's only our second season in League One, we don't want to wait 7 like we did last time back in the late 90s. We don't need that. We need to be back in the Championship. I think we're doing all right in the Championship. I think we've got good players, and I think a lot of the young players can really stamp their authority on the league. Romeo, Ben Thompson. I was going to say Lee Gregory there. He's not so young anymore. But I think absolutely our priority has to be to get back into the Championship next season. Which leads us on to sort of question 2. Cal Porterfield, are we going to go up? This is a question that is giving me some serious shit and some sleepless nights. As it stands, absolutely never in a million years are we going up. We're sort of just chasing it all the time. If we win this game, we could get to it. If we win that game, we could get to there. And I got a bit of shit last week saying that we've not been underperforming in the league, which we absolutely have been. We played terrible against Coventry, although we got the job done. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. If you look back at the club's official highlights against Walsall, there wasn't one shot on target, and I can't understand how the players can get motivated for. Listen, if we had played Man City in the previous round or Spurs, I can understand why the players might get a little bit more motivated than playing Walsall or Coventry. But we've only played second string Watford and Bournemouth side, so absolutely, whatever Harris is saying to them before the start of a cup match, he's got to say the same sort of thing before the league game. And if they're not up for it, then yank them. We've got enough players in strength and depth now in the squad, I think. If someone's not doing it, then get them off and give someone else a go. They've looked tired lately as well, the players, and I think with a lot of fixtures coming up in this month, Harris has also said himself that he's going to rest. He's going to rest a few people. Next question is from Bill. Bill asked me, do you think Fred will sign a new deal? He's taken a long time. Yeah, the thing is with Fred, he's playing the best he's ever played for the club, let's be honest, and I think that's no coincidence. His contract's running out. I think his agent is dictating a lot to him. And as a young man, he's listening to what he believes is the best advice for him. I said it a million times and I'll say it again and again, people might not like it. And Fred has improved. Don't get me wrong. Fred has improved a great, great deal. But he has absolutely no football brain. And I don't care what you say. David Beckham never took a player on his life, but his delivery was outstanding. Fred can take the whole team on, but if he can't get the ball in the box at the end of it, it ain't no good to you. I wouldn't mind if Fred went tomorrow. I know it's not your question, but I'll tell you straight. It wouldn't bother me in the slightest. Charlie Hazlitt, 97. Your question is a good one, which I like. Who has impressed me the most this year? I'm going to go with Sean Williams because Williams has been at the club a long time. He seemed like Deadwood. He seemed like his time at the club was up. But then to come back from being basically a squad player that was just doing nothing and not seemingly interested, put a couple of tweaks out which fans didn't like, to come back from that and have another go and play like he's played this season, his vision, as I said before, he's absolutely outstanding. And for me, Sean Williams has been up there this year as one of our best players. And I think that's credit to Harris. Harris must have sat him down in the summer and said, look, get your head right and I'll give you a run. And that's exactly what's happened to Williams. He's our best ball player by an absolute mile. Ross Curley, 97. My favourite memory following Millwall. There's so many. Good question. I can't pick one. I'll have to go with a few. Millwall, the cup run of 95, Arsenal away. I was in the clock in that night as a 14-year-old boy. My brother took me. It was brilliant. Even Chelsea away, I wasn't allowed to go, but listening to it on the LBC radio and Jonathan Pearce going absolutely nuts on 15:48, and I'm in my house, and you can't work out whether we've won or lost with Jonathan Pearce. And when I realised we'd won, running up and down the stairs, great times in my childhood, my teenage years, and I feel for a lot of Millwall fans because, I've seen the best times at the club. I was brought into Millwall at a time when, we was in the top division, and then we've always bounced in and around the Championship. But yeah, I think the cup run of 95 for me absolutely has to be up there, along with the Mother's Day massacre. Joe Whitlock, a serious question. The best home atmosphere this season, for him it has to be Charlton. Joe, for me, absolutely has to be Charlton as well. And I think, you know, it proves that a big crowd at our ground can absolutely make the team perform better. And that's why it's going to really grate on me if we can't... Saturday is the biggest game of our season, without doubt. I know it's only Southend. It's a massive game that can get us right back into the top 6. And listen, if people can't strive to get there Saturday and they're saying not right, it's been proven that the team performs better with a big crowd behind them and a big atmosphere. So listen, tell your girlfriend you'll take her to Bluewater next weekend. Tell your missus, you know, Kieran, have to go, and I'll ring your boss and say you're not going to do the half day Saturday where you really just sit in a cafe all afternoon. Come down to Den, support our team. Ewan Walsh, good question here. Do I think Tom King should be given a chance? I can't work out Tom King because Jordan Archer, you know, as you know, I feel about Jordan Archer. He's not as good as everyone thinks he is. And when I first said that, people thought I was mad. But now people maybe are starting to come around to my way of thinking. I don't think he's the greatest goalkeeper. I think, you know, as a lot of people, he's gone backwards. Yes, he's young. But Tom King has not been given a chance other than EFL Cup matches. Absolutely. If Tom King isn't good enough, then you know, he's got to get rid of him. But having said that, they've just renewed his contract, so they obviously see something in him, but I can't see whether it's for the long term. I can't work out what's going on. If Jordan Archer isn't performing, Tom King gets his chance. But despite some dodgy performances from Archer, in my opinion, Tom King still hasn't been given his chance, but still gets a contract renewal. So it's a tough one. Harry Mather, I hope I said that right. I've used that. Mather. Who's my favourite player at the moment? It's a good question. Ben Thompson, for me, is an outstanding Millwall through and through player. And, you know, it's not just because of his work, right? You can just see he really, really wants to be there, and he's improving week by week. He's sharp, he's quick. So I'll go with Tomo. I've got a bit of a man crush on Gregors as well. There's 2 questions here. Jakey boy, what's the worst ground you've ever been to? And RD09, what's the worst away game you've ever been to? I'm going to tie them both in. The year 1996, I think I missed 3 games home and away, and we got relegated that year. I went to some horrendous away days. I was 15, 16 in school, and the only way I was allowed to go to an away game was to go on the away coach. It's the only way my parents would let me go. I went to some terrible ground. I went to Bolton away. The coach got lost, and we lost 1-0 in the last minute. I think is it Burnden Park, their old ground was called. Also, in the same year, we went to Barnsley away, and it was on a Tuesday night. I got the coach again. The coach broke down. They sent a replacement coach. We got to the ground 20 minutes late. And as I walked up the steps to Oakwell, Casey Keller got lobbed. We went 1-0 down. We ended up losing the night 4-1. It was a horrendous night as a Millwall fan. Tom Latter, good question. Should we stop playing Aidan O'Brien out wide? Now, the problem we've got with Aidan O'Brien is, for me, his position is a 10. His position is in behind the front 2. And I know for a fact that I know people within the club and they believe that Aidan O'Brien's best position is a 10. He's not quite a centre forward and he's never been a left winger. I think, you know, we knew he stopped scoring. We do need some balance. And he's tough on Aidan, but he'll have to go on the bench for now. But at the same time, who are you going to play on the left? For me, as you know, Fergie's not the answer. Greg Wild's gone out on loan and we need a left footer out there, in my mind. I'm going to tie that in with another question. And I'm really sorry because I can't find it now. But someone said to me, if you could bring any one player back to the club now, who would it be? I'm going to tie this in. I'll narrow this down to 3. Well, 4. Tim Cahill or Alex Ray, because we're crying out for an attacking midfield player. Tony Warner, because I don't really rate Jordan Archer. But the one I'm going to have to go with, if I could bring anyone back to the club now, to tie that in with the Aidan O'Brien question just there, Mark Kennedy, left foot attacking, gets to the fullback, crosses in, scores, goal. If we had Mark Kennedy on our side now, we'd be absolutely dangerous. And that's it. I think that's all the questions answered. If I didn't read your question out, I probably thought it was shit. I'm joking. I probably haven't seen it, or I don't want to make the VT too long because people won't watch it. VT went up yesterday, obviously late last night, of our Time Hop special. Build up to Leicester City in the Cup in 9 days now. I hope you like that one. Even Alan Shearer put a tweet up on Twitter. Go on, Al, show us what you got, Boosh. There you go. Even Alan Shearer knows. Listen, he ain't silly. Big Al knows. Even he knows that no one wants to come to Den, especially Leicester. But what I'll round this week up on is people Hammer fan channels, and when I first started, I got, who's this fucking silly YouTube prick? Put the camera away, Do you know what I mean? But why could you not like Fan TV? I'll leave you with this. Fan on the string, she's over the kick, it's fucking it, he's fucking it, he's fucking it,
She taught me to kick, it's fucking in. We're sending in France and we're sending in Spain. We're singing the sun and we're singing the rain. They tried to stop us and I did. Cause the thing I love most is me and a yid. It's me and a yid. It's me and a yid. The thing I love most is me and a yid. Hello, we are the Tottenham Boys. Hello, we are the Tottenham Boys. And if you are an Arsenal fan, surrender or you'll die. We all follow the Tottenham.
That'll hurt a few people's eyes. Please subscribe to Lions TV and I'll see you at the Den Saturday. It's a must-win game at home to Southend United. Come on, you Lions.